Alright, either we give up on the Google Foldable or the company has been using it as a sort of a decoy. Because yes, we have the first details on the Google Pixel 7 series, which mean that there must be a hands-on video somewhere. Apple seems to still be having some serious production issues with certain of its smartphones, and we have a very weird update when it comes to Apple's AR headset that just doesn't make it enticing. I'm Jaime Rivera, and here I am just waiting for the day where Google decides to send us the device they want to leak. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today are non-existent, but let's talk about a lineup that's pretty much going to be official, OPPO's Find X5 Series. Yesterday, the company shared a press invitation for their MWC event, and now we get a very detailed list of specs for the entire series from Tech Insider. Focusing on the Find X5 Pro, it brings a 6.7-inch AMOLED display. It's powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, but some rumors hint that there might be a Dimensity 9000 variant from MediaTek. You get up to, and I hope that I'm reading this right, 19 gigs of RAM, which I think is a typo because they also say 256 gigs of storage, and we've already gotten 512 gigs before with the Find X2 Pro. When it comes to the camera, you get a 50 megapixel main sensor, another 50 megapixel shooter, and then a 13 megapixel, which aren't specified, the selfie camera being also of 32 megapixels, which was mentioned. Finally, a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and the listing says that it actually brings a charger in the box. Obviously for bragging rights, and kudos OPPO. Thank you for that. And listen, you don't need for me to talk about the design at this point, so moving on, the Find X5 series is expected to share the stage along with the OPPO Pad, which was just leaked and looks very similar to another popular tablet that shall not even need to be named. So yeah, 6 more days for the event. Let's see what surprises we get. Let's shift gears onto Apple and their AR headset, which is looking like a recurring topic for the show. We have a new report from TrendForce that gives us several predictions on what we can expect for this headset. Now, take it with a grain of salt, as a lot of the statements are flat out just bogus in my opinion. For example, they mentioned that the current market is dominated by the HoloLens 2, and that they expect for shipments from Oculus and Microsoft devices to go along with it. And listen, let's be honest, if you look at the facts, I know Microsoft is already looking to fold the HoloLens. Still, they claim this forces Apple to come up with some smart strategy, as if that ever held back the iPod, the iPhone, or the Apple Watch when Apple was already late to the market. Now, the thing that's making the headline here is that TrendForce assumes that Apple will be charging a monthly app subscription like the HoloLens to use this device, which is another thing that we doubt, as the pricing for the hardware alone is claimed to be $1,000, and it's not like if Apple has ever done that, nor do I think that the company would make it so difficult a barrier of entry for a new product that they're trying out, but that's just me. We'll see. Let's keep talking Apple, but move on to iPhone production problems that don't seem to stop. We have a new report from the Elec claiming that BOE is having a hard production time with those OLED panels for iPhones due to the chip shortage. And yes, we thought that we were already past that, but not necessarily. BOE is reportedly having issues getting display driver ICs for iPhone panels, which they are getting from a third party. The shortage will affect production this and the next month, as production is falling short from the planned amount. If you're wondering exactly how much, BOE will be forced to drop their OLED panel production from 3 million units to just 2 in the month. Of course, this would directly affect Cupertino, as they allegedly ordered 10 million panels from BOE for the first half of this year, though we're not even halfway through Q1 yet, so it's really difficult to tell how much it's actually going to affect them, considering they're still getting panels from Samsung even if for the Pro variants. And this isn't the first time they've had issues with the iPhone 13 with limited stock, as it actually started that way when they started selling the phone, so let's see how it ends up being, or if Sammy's gonna save the day. And finally, for the hottest news today, let's talk about Google and the next big thing, and I'm not talking about Android. As yes, the first leaks and details for the Pixel 7 have emerged. We have a new report from 9to5 Google where they're now sharing some information on Google's upcoming flagship thanks to the Android 13 developer preview. For starters, the report claims that the code names for these phones are going to be Cheetah and Panther, and that this seems to be the second set of phones along with the 6 series that are not codenamed after fish or sea life creatures. They also spotted the processor, which is codenamed Cloud Ripper, which they believe is an internal-only developer testing phone and is most likely the second generation Tensor chip that was talked about a couple of months ago. The model number for this is GS201, and this chip will reportedly feature an unreleased Samsung modem. Now, speaking of which, this modem is codenamed Ravenclaw. I know, weird names, but the report mentions that it'll be the Exynos 5300, which will be the successor to the Pixel 6's modem. Sadly, there are no specifications or design leaks just yet, which is bound to change considering that this is Google. But with the Pixel 6a on the way and all the bugs that we've been seeing with the Pixel 6, for today's question, I mean, are you actually waiting for the Pixel 7? Because I'll tell you this much, I am, and I wouldn't even mind if Google kept the design for another year, but I wouldn't mind if they don't fix the software, because I do not like Material U. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below, we'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media, as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me, I don't know, debate the fact that Pixels continue to be a mess. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.